In the early morning hours of November 13, 1974, a gruesome crime shocked the quiet town of Amityville, New York. The DeFeo family, consisting of Ronald DeFeo Jr. and his parents, siblings, and grandparents, were brutally murdered in their own home. Ronald, who claimed he was hearing voices commanding him to kill, was arrested and ultimately convicted. The grisly murders left a stain on the once peaceful house, which would soon draw a new family into its sinister past. In December 1975, George and Kathy Lutz, along with their 3 children, moved into the DeFeo house at 112 Ocean Avenue, unaware of its tragic history. They were drawn to the property's charm and were delighted by the low price, believing they had found their dream home. However, they soon perceived a sense of something unsettling beneath the surface. It started subtly, a chill that would envelop the house at odd times, even when the heat was cranked up. They attributed it to poor insulation until the experiences grew increasingly unnerving. Doors would creak open and shut on their own, hair-raising whispers echoed through the midnight hours, and the children began waking up with night terrors, claiming they felt a presence watching them. George, a staunch skeptic, initially dismissed these occurrences. But as days turned into weeks, he found himself inexplicably agitated, brooding over trifles. Meanwhile, Kathy felt compelled to explore the basement and discovered strange occult artifacts, remnants from the home's past that hinted at darker energies. On Christmas Eve, the family hosted a holiday dinner with friends, hoping to dispel the growing sense of dread that had settled around them. As laughter filled the room, George felt a sudden chill run down his spine. He looked around the table. His guests were oblivious to the dark energy that wrapped itself around the house like a shroud. Yet, Kathy's brother, a priest, noticed something off. He stepped outside for a breath of fresh air and whispered a prayer of protection over the house. Despite the warm companionship, the Lutzes began noticing shadows in their peripheral vision, dark figures darting through hallways and standing still in corners, vanishing when looked at directly. One night, George woke suddenly, sensing a weight at the foot of the bed. A massive black figure loomed there, its malevolent gaze piercing through the darkness, and he could hear the unmistakable sound of growling. The figure dissolved into the shadows before he could scream. Over the following weeks, Kathy felt increasingly isolated. She discovered ghostly apparitions and sinister events were linked to a specter that appeared to her on several occasions. One night, George awoke to find Kathy speaking to a ghostly figure in the living room, a girl dressed in an antique gown. Kathy claimed she was trying to rescue her from the past, her empathetic heart longing for peace. As the days wore on, the Lutz children started experiencing violent nightmares and episodes of aggression, often fighting amongst themselves for inexplicable reasons. A family dog they had adopted grew increasingly hostile, barking furiously at invisible entities. The house felt alive and malicious. Disturbingly, George began to experience blackouts. He would awaken under strange circumstances, finding himself outside in the freezing cold or smelling the sickly sweet scent of decaying flesh that seemed to infect the walls. One evening, he found himself drawn to the basement again, feeling an overwhelming force beckoning him inside. Finally, after enduring endless torment, the Lutz family called in paranormal investigators. They conducted a series of chilling sessions to communicate with the spirits that allegedly haunted the home, capturing eerie EVPs of a malevolent presence that seemed to grow more aggressive with each session. After just 28 days in the house, the family could take no more. They packed their belongings and fled, vowing never to return and leaving the home to its grim fate. Today, the Amityville house stands as a cautionary tale, its legacy of terror echoing through history. The haunting continues to intrigue and terrify, leaving many to wonder what truly lurked within those walls. If you liked this, then follow for more ghost stories from around the world, like and subscribe now. See you next time. And don't forget to look under your bed and lock your doors.